5 factors that determine fiberglass boat floor repair cost. When you're preparing yourself for a possible repair of your fiberglass boat floor, there are a few things to be kept in mind. These factors combined will determine exactly how much the repair will cost you. Factor 1: the nature, severity, and accumulated area of damage. The cost of fiberglass boat floor repairing depends largely on what kind of damage it has, how severe the damage is, and how much area in total needs repairing. Tiny issues on a small part of the floor surface will be cheaper to fix. On the contrary, if the damage is somewhat grave and if it takes up a huge area of your flooring, you'll have to spend a lot more money. So the ultimate cost comes down to the volume of materials, method, and labor that you'll need to invest to fix the floor. Factor 2: the type of material you want to use for repair task. What type of material you choose to repair your boat floor with has a lot to do with the expenses. Different materials quite obviously have varying prices. There are cheaper, as well as more expensive grades of products to choose from. What option you choose will determine the cost of the floor repair. Factor 3: cost of secondary materials. You're going to need some secondary materials, such as finishers or paints, fasteners like screws and bolts, adhesives, etc. while repairing the boat floor. All these required secondary products also have different grades and differ in prices. The prices of these secondary materials will also play a role in determining your ultimate repair cost. Factor 4: cost of expert personnel to get the job done. There are companies or yards specialized in boat repairings that employ expert personnel. These companies provide various price quotes for various projects, which usually include the cost of all kinds of materials required, and the fee of their experts to get the job done. Now the thing is, the price quotes may vary from company to company. You should keep looking for an affordable offer by comparing the price with offers given by other companies. If you are confident enough about repairing the boat floor all by yourself, the cost of hiring expert personnel can be eliminated. Whether or not you do it yourself will determine the ultimate cost of the floor repair. In the case of fiberglass boat floor repairing, it is evident that the cost of labor/expertise is much higher than the cost of the materials required. It happens due to the intricate nature of the repairing job. Factor 5: product and method testing expenses, optional. You may or may not require to conduct testing procedures using different products and methods to find out the compatibility of those with your boat. If you need this testing, it'll create some additional expenses. Estimated ranges of fiberglass boat floor repairing cost. As you know already, there are 2 approaches to repair that you can choose from: professional shop/expert and DIY, do-it-yourself. Let's look into them in detail. 1. Repair work by a yard/professional shop. An expert typically charges between $70 and $110 per hour for a fiberglass boat floor repair. This expense range generally includes the prices of necessary materials and the labor/expertise fee. Let me give you an assumption of the total cost applying this range. Fixing a couple of tiny holes or cracks may cost between $70 to $400. On the other hand, repairing the entire boat flooring can go well above thousands of dollars. Like I've mentioned earlier, the cost in one way or another will depend on the degree of damage to your flooring. If the repair needs additional materials and a higher number of working hours, the cost can go up to $350 per hour. Another determinant factor is the grade of product you will choose. Using high-quality products will result in a higher accumulated expense. For example, repairing your floor with fiberglass and epoxy or 2-part polyester resin such as gel coat will cost up to $450 per hour. In the case of such hired-out projects, the accumulated cost is generally 50% for the products and miscellaneous tools to be used and the other 50% for the labor or expertise fee of the skilled personnel. Check some of the price quotes of various professional repair shops and the prices of the raw materials independently. And you'll realize that fixing a particular fiberglass boat floor at a professional shop costs a couple of thousands of dollars, even though the prices of the materials or products cost only between $150 and $300. However, if you want to do the repair task all by yourself, the cost is supposed to be way much lesser than a hired-out work. Also, remember that if the condition is way too bad, you might need to repair or replace the support structure or base flooring, generally types of wood and metals, as well. Then the cost will go up by a significant margin in either way. 2. Do it yourself. If you want to do the fixing task by yourself, You need to have all the essential materials and tools in hand to complete the project. The possible required materials include powdered fiberglass filler, woven fiberglass fabric or cloth, epoxy/polyester resin/gel coat, resin reducer, wax, buffer substances, etc. Additionally, you're going to need processing tools, such as sandpaper, sanding block, spraying tool, rotary tool, heat gun, burr nose grinder bit, stir stick, and safety equipment. The prices of all these materials and tools will vary based on their qualities, grades, and brands. You may not need everything all together, but these are the usual range of products required for this kind of repair. Let's look at a demo cost distribution for materials used to fix minor holes and cracks. Fiberglass boating fabric/cloth comes in various weight categories: 10 ounces, 6 ounces, 4 ounces, 1.5 ounces, and 0.75 ounces. These fabrics generally have a width from 3 to 5 feet, and the stores sell these on a yard basis. Let's say you want to fix some of the tiny holes and minor cracks on the floor by using a single layer of 6 ounces fiberglass cloth, width 50. The cost of this particular material would be $25 to $30. Additionally, you'll need finishers, such as epoxy or polyester resin with a hardener, which will be around $39 for that particular amount of work. So, generic minor fixing will cost you from $50 to $70. The volume of materials you'll get for this money will suffice to repair quite a few small holes/cracks. But if you want to apply a specialized method, the cost will differ. For example, you may want to apply lighter fiberglass cloths in multiple layers for more reinforcement. In this case, you can apply 2 different layers of a 6-ounce and a 4-ounce fabric each. This layering will provide you with the same strength as a 10-ounce fiberglass cloth. And of course, the purchasing expenses will differ from a single layer fixing. On top of that, the kind of resin you'll choose will also determine the cost. Silicone and polyurethane resins are more expensive than epoxy, even though using them in boat floor fixing doesn't always make sense. In my opinion, epoxy or gel coat should suffice. How much does it cost to repair fiberglass on boat? The repair cost of fiberglass on your boat generally falls between $1,500 and $20,000 or more. Pretty vague, right? Well, as I said, it depends on the damage and materials. Different yards or boat repairing companies provide different packages that may vary in price. Also, half of the expense stated in the price quote is for professional expertise/labor. And the other half would fluctuate depending on what grades of products you choose to use. Cheaper materials would keep the accumulated cost lower and vice versa. In contrast, if you choose to repair it all by yourself, professional experts' charges can be saved. You'll only need to spend on the materials required. But remember that all kinds of repairs can't be done by yourself unless you are a pro. You can fix small cracks and holes on your own, but if the damage is serious, you need to seek professional help.